welcome back to my channel, guys. I appreciate everyone that's here today. So I am going to be testing out and trying out Benefit Cosmetics. Now I did find a online site that sells Benefit Cosmetics, and it was like such a reasonable price, and I thought, why not purchase from there instead of actually paying the full price. Now I do not have a whole entire Benefit Cosmetics products or items here. I just have a few that I purchased, and it was so reasonable. Honestly, I bought like so many items for under 1,000 rand, which is absolutely amazing. So what I will do is I will leave the link or that website down in the description box. If you guys want to visit that site, you can go ahead. They don't only do makeup, they also do fragrances, like original fragrances like Gucci or Olympia and all of that stuff. And they also do other brands of makeup, bath and body essentials, and just like novelty items, gift sets, and all of that. I will leave that website down in the description box below, and you guys can go ahead and you can check it out. Now I know I have my glasses on. Lately I have been battling to film properly because I cannot see my monitor, and also like I can't even like see anything clear that is like far away from me. So I decided to use my glasses just for the intro and you know setting up everything. But yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, so firstly, I already washed my face and applied my skincare products, and I am going to be just grabbing a mirror because I completely forgot to get a mirror here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be opening this. Now I did not even open it because I really wanted to film with this product and see how it works. I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to put it onto my finger, and I'm just going to start putting it everywhere and putting it into my face. Oh my god, this feels so smooth. Honestly guys, it's like so smooth. Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a little bit more because I feel that wasn't enough. Honestly, this primer here is like #1 primer. I've been seeing everyone on YouTube and Instagram use this primer, and I'm like, I'm gonna definitely try it out because if this works for me, I'm definitely going to get a value size, and I'm going to get a bigger one, and this will become my new best friend. Okay, so now that we have our foundation on, why did I say foundation? I mean my primer. Now that we have a primer on, that's what I mean. I'm just going to blend this out on my skin. I'm going to start with the foundation. So what I want to do is, on one side of my face, I'm going to be using my beauty blender and I'm going to be blending out the foundation. And then I just recently picked up a pack of new makeup brushes because my entire makeup brushes needs to be clean and I'm so lazy to clean it. So I just got new makeup brushes, and I got this from Alzara's for 90 rands. I mean 90 rands for a 10-piece brush set is amazing, and the bristles are so soft. So I'm just going to pick out a foundation brush. So for the other half of my face, I'm going to be using a flat top brush, and I'm going to be blending out this foundation. So firstly, this foundation here was retailing for 68 rands on the website, which I will leave in the description box. So if you guys want to check it out, you can go ahead and check that out. And I got it in the shade 6. Now let's get into applying the makeup. I'm just gonna shake this foundation a bit. It has like a little ball in it. Oh, let's go ahead. I want to apply it to my face directly because this is a sample. So by applying it to the back of my hand and then my face, I feel like I'm gonna lose a lot of product on the back of my hand. So I am just going to apply this. Come on, give me some. I don't even know if there's anything in here, honestly, or what's happening, because this product is not coming out. Okay guys, I managed to get some out from the bottle, which I had to put on the back of my hand. So I'm just gonna do half of my face now, and then when I'm ready to apply the rest of it, I'm going to be using it on the side. So what I want to do is, for my left side I'm going to be using a beauty blender. For my right side I am going to be using a brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to blend this foundation out. I love the fact that this foundation has like a yellow undertone to it, which actually suits my skin color. I sometimes find that when I buy something foundations, it's a bit too pink or too orangey, but this is actually going on really well. Okay, by applying it with a beauty blender, I can tell already I'm not getting the coverage that I need, and I just feel like maybe I should apply more to get more coverage. So I'm just going to do a little bit more. Okay, I have to do it on the back of my hand. Just shake it up and then squeeze the product on the back of my hand. That's how it's coming out. So let's continuously do it like that. I can tell you that it reminds me so much about the Estee Lauder foundation, the Double Wear. Just that the consistency and the texture is a bit more thicker than what the Estee Lauder is. So I think it's better because it's not runny. Oh my god, that bird is so annoying! So basically, this is what I got with a beauty blender, and I still can see my marks through it. And I just find with the beauty blender, it takes the product from one area, and then when you blend it out to the next, it just like blends it out. So it's not giving you that perfect full coverage that you're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to take some now on the back of my hand, and I'm going to be doing the other side of my face, but I'm going to be doing it with a brush. So let's get into this and let's apply it with a brush. It's so important to know which tools you have to use when you're applying your makeup, because certain makeup works really well with certain tools. So I'm just gonna take that out from my hand and just apply it to my neck quickly with the beauty blender. I love the fact that this color is like a perfect match to my face. Well, on camera it does look a little light, but honestly in reality it's a perfect match. I'm just gonna wobble this brush around to give it some flexibility, and we are good to go. Okay. What I'm also noticing is that it does dry a bit faster than what I expected. Go down to the neck. Although I have an Alice band on, or a hair, whatever you call this, it's still coming on my face. Okay, I think blending it out either way, it's still gonna give you that same it's gonna give you that same coverage, which is definitely not a full coverage. It's a medium coverage, but the undertone is really nice. I'm loving the undertone. So I'm also going to be doing 2 layers on my skin, just like how I did it on this side. So you guys can actually see how it wears. Come on, don't do this to me now. Okay, so basically I finished the whole sample in one use. I could literally hear the end making poof. And I'm okay because it wasn't too expensive, but if I have to buy a full-size product, I'll be quite okay. Okay, so let's just do the neck. Okay, beauty babes, I'm just gonna apply a little bit more to the center of my forehead because I just feel when it comes to my forehead I have a lot of marks there, so I don't want to let my marks show through. So I'm just going to use a brush and dab on some at the center of my forehead and blend it all out. So honestly, I think the brush is doing a better job and it's not absorbing a lot of product compared to the beauty blender. Just gonna take some on my eyes as well. Okay, so let's see how we are doing. Okay guys, to me I just feel like this foundation needs to set on my skin a bit and let it oxidize and become my normal skin color. Honestly, I love the way, oopsie, I gotta press it out. I love the way that this foundation actually goes on. It's not too runny, neither is it too thick that you can't work with it. I think this looks really nice and it looks very, very flawless. However, on camera it looks a bit too light. Maybe my lighting is also harsh, whatever. But yeah, so this side you can see already with the beauty blender it's oxidizing, but you can see my marks there, you can see my marks on my forehead, and I didn't get a lot of product on my skin the way I wanted it to go on. But as you can see with the brush, well, to my eyes it looks more flawless. It gave me a bit more coverage wherever I needed it, and what's beautiful about it is that the undertone of this foundation actually is like perfect for my skin color. It has a very nice bright yellow undertone. So I'm just waiting for this foundation to dry, and once it's dried, I am going to go ahead and what I'm going to do off camera, I'm not going to bore you guys with any of my whole makeup routine. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to complete this makeup, and then we'll come back and we will see how it wears. And then what I'll do as well is in the afternoon, because right now it's about 11 o'clock in the morning here, 11 a.m. So I am going to leave it on for the entire day, and then what I will do is I'll pop on back and I will show you guys how it is, how it was, and we will see after everything, because today is not a very hot day. It is a colder day here in Durban, but we're gonna see how this foundation stays on my face. But as far as I can tell you about coverage, I'm not too happy with the coverage. You can still see my blemishes and pimples and marks, but I love the way it looks flawless and it looks really airbrushed. And for me, I think the brush side, which is the side, actually looks better than the sponge side. So yeah, let me go off camera, let me do my entire face, and then I will be back. Okay, my beauty babes, I went ahead and I did a full face of makeup for you guys, and this foundation so far is looking pretty okay. It did oxidize a bit, and for concealer what I did was I went in with my Catrice. Let me just show you guys. I used my Catrice liquid camouflage high coverage concealer over this foundation, and this worked really well. I wanted to leave it as is, but I thought let's just go in with concealer because that's what I always do. I have to use concealer to cover up my marks, and this is pretty much how it came out. It's really nice. I love the undertone of this foundation. Well, on camera it looks a bit more light, as I mentioned, but on my face this is the perfect shade. So technically if you are henna in Estee Lauder, you'll definitely be a shade 6, in the Benefit Hello Happy foundation. I am going to be leaving this on. Right now it's about 3 p.m. and I'm going to be leaving this on for the entire evening. I do have to head out of the house and do some errands, so I am going to go out and I'm going to be doing my stuff, and when I get back, maybe around about 6 o'clock or after that, I will be checking up and I will be showing you guys how this foundation is sitting on my face. So far, I think with the primer and this foundation on, it's really giving me a good vibe. At first, I thought this foundation is not going to be suitable for me because I like my high coverage foundation. But when this foundation dried, it like really played out. It like covered up my marks right here. I mean, there is 1-2 marks that are seeping through, but that's okay because that's life. No one's perfect. But other than that, this foundation is staying on really well. I'm gonna get going and I will see you guys around about 6 or 7 o'clock this evening, and then we can take it from there. Hey guys, I'm back and it is about 6 o'clock in the evening and I still have my makeup and my foundation and all still on. As you guys can see, this foundation right here, it's actually staying in place. I'm not angry at all. The only thing that I did find throughout the evening running my errands and all of that is that if you see my smile line here, it's starting to crease and my smile line is starting to show a bit. Now that part is so annoying. I've been dealing with that noise the entire day and it's so irritating. I don't know why he has to come and sit on the tree that is right next to me outside. So yeah, so basically I did my errands, I came back home, I had something to like drink and I had a meal, and I'm like blown away. This foundation really didn't move. Okay, as you guys can see up here, the marks are starting to show, but honestly guys, this foundation is beautiful. I honestly thought in the beginning that this foundation was not going to be the best foundation that I've used, and remember, this is my first video trying and testing out a foundation and keeping it on for the entire day, because I started this video around about 11 and I applied this makeup about that time, and now it's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon and I have this makeup on the entire day. Remember, I did my entire face, I went out of the house, I was in the cold weather, then it got warm a bit, and this foundation really pulled through. And not only that, when I was out of the house, I also got some compliments on my makeup, so they asked me what foundation and I recommended this foundation. But other than that, this foundation is truly, honestly, a 10 out of 10. I give it a thumbs up, and I think if you are definitely looking for a full medium to full coverage, I would say that a medium to full coverage foundation, try out this foundation. You don't need to buy a full size because sometimes you might not be happy with it. It'll work for me but not work for you, but definitely get a sample, try out the sample and go from there. So I'm gonna keep this makeup on like for the rest of the night. I got a date night with my husband and I am going to just tone down my eye look a bit, and I'm gonna be heading out of the door pretty soon. So I'm gonna say guys, this foundation definitely did the good deed, or shall I say it went through the wear and tear of the day and the heat and the cold and everything in one day, and I'm really liking the way it's still setting on my face. My makeup did not move, and as far as shine, I don't normally have oily skin to start off with. I actually have to use a very thick moisturizer to make my face more oily and dewy, but I don't have any problem. There's no shine seeping through, there's no there's no bad review. I cannot say that. There's nothing bad to talk about this foundation, but I'm like really going to get myself a full size of this foundation because I really like it. As you guys can see on the forehead a bit, there is a bit of shine, and you guys can see that my marks are starting to show like there and around the forehead. But other than that, that's not bad at all. I mean, like, I contour a lot on the top here, I bronze it up, so maybe that's why the marks are showing through a lot, but it's still not bad. I'm gonna say if you want this foundation, definitely try it out and give it a go. Okay guys, we have reached the end of this video and I'm happy. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I would just say that when you apply this foundation, make sure that if you want a full coverage, you will apply 2 layers. If you want a medium coverage, then definitely do 1 layer. I'm gonna love and leave you guys until we meet again, and until I do my next foundation review for you guys. Take care. Bye guys.